and then go in and, oh, am I doing the right? Oh yeah. Wait, I just got, okay, that's called pregnancy brain. I thought I was doing the wrong brow. Hi everyone, it's Lilly Ghalichi Mirror. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. I know I look naked. That's because I don't have brows on. One of my features that I'm most known for are my big bushy brows. I've heard it all on my Instagram. Caterpillar brows, tame those brows. People are scared of my brows. I do have large, bushy, natural brows, which by the way, I do not get done. I wish they would grow more. I used to put Rogaine in my eyebrows, true story, before I got pregnant, which I will do again after I get pregnant because I want more brows. So I am gonna show you guys today my brow routine using only pencil. Now there are a few different types of products that you can use when you're doing your brows. You can use pencil, you can use powder, you can use gels. I usually use either pencil, powder, or a mixture of the two, but I want to make today's video using only pencil because girl on a go does not have time to be mixing all sorts of things to do her brows, and you truly can get a beautiful brow by just a pencil alone. Now, before I start, I want to disclaim something. The tops of my eyebrows, they're gone.
They're gone. What?
Yep. So both of the tops of my eyebrows are completely straight lines because my dumb ass, when I was 19 years old, decided I wanted to laser off all of my baby hairs, which is my biggest regret, or one of my regrets. Do not do it. Nobody told me as you get older, your hairline recedes. But once you laser things, it's gone. And at 19, the fashion at that time was to have these like thin eyebrows, like literally if one hair was out of place, there would be a hole right there. And so when she was lasering my forehead and my hairline, we lasered off the tops of my eyebrows. Moral of the story, don't laser your freaking eyebrows. What I'm gonna show you guys today is super quick using truly only one product to fill in the brows. Now, with brow pencils, I have two favorites. Number one is the queen of brows, Anastasia of Beverly Hills. The two colors I like to use in her brow Whiz are soft brown and medium brown, but I also really love my girl Kelly Baker Brows pencil, and my favorite color there is dark brown. I like really dark brows. I want my brows to be the focus of my face. I want them to stand out. I want them to be loud, I want them to be caterpillars, and I want them to be in your face. So I'm gonna be doing one brow with each so you guys can see the difference of the pencils, and they truly are both fantastic. With Anastasia, I'm gonna be using Brow Whiz in medium brown, and with Kelly Baker Brows, dark brown. So let's get started. We'll start with Anastasia's. This is what it comes in. It is a brow pencil. On one side, you have a spoolie where you can brush your brows, and on the other side is the actual product, which is a little turn of product. The first thing you want to do when doing your brows is to brush them up. Now, before you fill them in with product, you want to push all of that down. The reason we do that is we need to see exactly where we need to fill in with the product. Now, this is a really dark pencil, as I said, and since I do have quite a bit of brow myself, I don't want to go in all over the whole brow with this. You're just gonna look like a cartoon and it's gonna be bad. What you want to do is just line the bottom of the brow. And for me, since I have this hole right here, but even if you didn't, you always wanna line your arc. I'm not gonna put any product right here right now. This is the area where you want to leave light and wispy and fluffy. You wanna have a super soft hand here, doing light motions. I'm drawing a line at the bottom of my brow where my dream brow would be. So as you can see, it's already looking better, but I am gonna make it even darker. I have not put product anywhere other than the bottom line of my brows. So I'm pretty happy with that right now. So let's do the top. Remember again, push those brow hairs down before you line your arc so that you can really get the color where you need it. Again, don't worry about being so perfect. because we are gonna go back in and clean it with concealer. So now I'm just gonna continue that line down tail of my brow. But again, I'm only focusing on the top. The next step is to take the other side, gently brush it up so you can see what your brow is looking like, which is gorgeous already. But now I'm gonna go in with the same pencil. This tutorial, I am just using one pencil to do the brow, and I'm gonna make some hairs to fill in the middle of my brow. Do not go in and do what we just did all in your brow. It will be way too dark. I'm gonna start at the front, and I'm just gonna push up. You always want to draw up when you're filling in the middle of your brow with a pencil, because that's the way natural brow hairs would grow there. They would grow up. I keep doing that as I go in my brow. I'm gonna switch the direction. Now I'm drawing the hairs to the side. Now that I've gotten quite a good filling, I'm going to brush again. And you'll see as you brush with pencils, you also brush off some of the product. That's okay. That's only gonna make your brow look even more natural. Okay, so this is something that I want to point out to you guys. A lot of people draw that line to extend all the way here. I don't like that. I personally prefer for those to look really wispy. See how wispy that looks? So the tail and the arc of my brow, I do like to look real defined. But at the front, I love for it to look wispy and natural. So I'm pretty happy with the filling of this brow, and this is all just with this one Brow Whiz, guys. So the next step is to clean it up. If I were going out, I would go in on this brow right now and really define it. But for the purpose of today, I want to show a softer, more natural brow. So I'm not going to use a tremendous amount of concealer, and I'm going to use a not stark white color. So this is a MAC potted concealer. The color is NW25, and this is also a MAC concealer brush. After I put the concealer on the brush, I actually wipe it all off because I don't want too much product to go on my eye. I start cleaning from the bottom, and I start at the arc because that's where I want the most concealer to be, because that's what I want to stand out the most. Just go in very delicately and line exactly where you want your brow to be. A little goes a long way here, guys. I know you see those Instagram videos where it's like white on the whole brow. That really isn't necessary. The point of concealing your brow after doing it is just to perfect it and to make them stand out just a little. Now that I have the arc done with what little remains on it, I will do the bottom front of the brow. And with what is even less left on it, I will now do the top of the brow. This is also your opportunity to make your brows thinner. So if you had drawn them in a little bit too thick, because pencil, you can get a little heavy-handed, this is your chance to just go in and conceal it right off. All right, so we have cleaned the brow with just a little bit of concealer. The next step would be to blend the concealer in. You can do this with a beauty blender. You can do this with a brush. I actually forgot my beauty blender today, so this brush was in the studio, which is more than fine. Remember, we put most of the product on my hand, so we don't have that much concealer on our skin. The little bit that we do have, we just want to push in so that it's not quite so drastic of a change. This is such a pretty brow already, and with pencil, guys, the options are endless. The final step of my brows, how quick was this, guys? And just one product. All I used was that brow pencil. I like to put a little bit of brow gel in my brows. You could use a clear brow gel if you didn't want to add any more color to your brows. Like I said at the start of this video, I like dramatic brows, so my favorite brow gel is the Benefit Cosmetics Gimme Brows. This is actually a brow volumizing fiber gel. So it's not your typical brow gel. there are tiny little pieces of like fake eyebrow, I guess, in there. Synthetic fibers that mimic brow hair. The color that I use is 5, which is very dark, but they have all sorts of ranges. So I get the brush. I start at the arc and the tail because there are fibers in here and it is dark. I don't want to put it all at the base. You want to go in, and I like to brush my brows up. So with the little bit that's left, I'm now going to brush up the front, and we have one brow done. So let's look at the difference between the two. Here is my natural brow, and here is the brow enhanced with using only a brow pencil, no powder. Okay, now that we have one brow on, I am going to do the other brow with Miss Kelly Baker's Brow Defining Pencil. This is colored dark brown. I'm using 2 different products only because I want to show you guys that when you watch these videos, it's not about having every single thing that the person doing the tutorial is using. As long as you get the technique down, that's more than fine. Whether it's this brow pencil or this brow pencil or another brow pencil that you buy at the drugstore, they really will come to the same end result as long as your technique is the same. So I'm going to follow all the same steps. I will brush my brow up, then I will push all the hairs down so that I know exactly where I need to fill in. So Kelly Baker's pencil is just like Anastasia's in that there is a spoolie on one end and the pencil on the other. No 2 eyebrows are ever the same, and for whatever reason, this eyebrow of mine is not quite as full as this one, and you guys can really see that difference right here in the front. And I'm gonna overfill this one just to really show you how great doing the concealer step after is to control the brow. So now that I have the basic lines, which are really dramatized here since this brow isn't as full, I like to brush it in. Now this one's real thick because I want to show you guys how concealing really helps. So I'm pretty happy with the outline of that brow. Now I'm going to use the same technique to draw up little hairs. Now Kelly's brow pencil is a little bit darker. The Anastasia one is medium brown and the Kelly Baker is dark brown, but I find the Anastasia dark brown to just be way too dark. So I think the 2 are comparable, but the Anastasia one is a little bit more natural if that's what you are looking for and you are my skin tone. Again, we're just gonna go in, get some of that concealer, rub off 99% of it on your hand or your palette, and then go in and, oh, am I doing the right? Oh yeah. Wait, okay, that's called pregnancy brain. I thought I was doing the wrong brow. So you're gonna go in and again, start at the arc, cleaning up the brow. So with what's left on it, I'm gonna go in, seal the top of the brow. All right, I am pretty happy with the way that we cleaned this one up. So now I'm going to take my brush, or you can use your beauty blender, and I'm going to buff out this concealer. The final step, again, is to get your brow gel. I'm using the Benefit Gimme More. Start at the arc and tail of your brow since you don't want to put a huge clump of product in the top. And you are done. Truly only takes a good 5 to 10 minutes max to put your brows on. I prefer brow pencils to do my brows. I just think they're fast, they're clean, they're easy. One thing I do want to say, guys, don't get discouraged if your eyebrows are not perfect. Brows are not twins, they are sisters. So you want them to look as close as possible, but there's no need for them to be identical. The final thing I want to leave you guys with is how do you say protecting your brows from humidity? Humidifying them? The final thing I want to say here is if it's the summer or you live somewhere that's super humid or you're at the beach, the humidity might take some of your brow off if you're using a brow pencil. What you can do to help that is to put a little powder, yes, powder on your brows. Well, that's the tutorial, guys. I hope you learned a lot and I hope you saw just how easy it is to put your brows on. As always, guys, I will answer all your questions in the comments for the first 24 hours after this video goes live. Also comment if there is a particular tutorial you guys want to see or a video you want me to do. Don't forget to subscribe and like this video if you found it helpful, and I will see you guys next time. All right, thumbnail.